Welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson will be on multiplying by two-digit numbers. Remember, our essential question for this chapter is what strategies can be used to multiply whole numbers? So we want to make sure we're keeping this question in mind as we go throughout the lesson. Today we're going to be looking at how you can use the standard algorithm to multiply by two-digit numbers. Our first example says that Jamin reads 25 pages of a book or magazine every day of the year. How many pages does he read in 365 days? So yesterday we learned about multiplying by a one-digit number, and so that's the first step when multiplying by a two-digit number. We're going to start with our ones place. So we're going to multiply 5 times 5, which is 25. 5 goes at the bottom, and we carry our 2. Then we're going to multiply 5 times 6, which is 30, and we add 2, which is 32. So we put our 2 down and carry our 3. Then we're going to multiply 5 times 3, which is 15, plus 3, which is 18. So that's the first step. We've multiplied our digit in the ones place. Now we have to multiply the digit in our tens place, but before we can do that, we have to remember that in the number 25, the value of our 2 is 20. So when we're multiplying, instead of multiplying by 2, we're really going to multiply by 20. And to make that easy for us, we're just going to put our 0 down here. So now instead of multiplying by 20, we can just multiply by 2. 2 times 5 is 10, 0, carry your 1. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13, and 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So now that we've multiplied our ones place and our tens place, the last step is to add them all up. 5 plus 0 is 5, 2 plus 0 is 2, 8 plus 3 is 11, and 7 plus 1 plus 1 is 9. So our answer is 9,125. 9,125. This example says a farmer plants 162 corn plants in a row. If there are 74 rows in the field, how many corn plants are there in all? And before we multiply, we're going to estimate to make sure our answer is reasonable. So 162 is close to 150, and 74 is close to 70. So we're going to estimate 150 times 70. Well, 7 times 5 is 35, carry your 3. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3, which is 10, and we need 2 zeros in our answer. So our answer should be close to 10,500. All right, now it's time to actually multiply. We're going to start in the ones place. 4 times 2 is 8. 6 times 4 is 24. 4, carry your 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So we have 648. Keeping in mind that when we multiply our 7 is in the tens place, so we need to multiply by 70. So we're going to put our 0 so that we can multiply by 70. 7 times 2 is 14. 4, carry your 1. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 1 is 43. And 7 times 1 is 7, plus 4 is 11. So our last step is to add them all together. 8 plus 0 is 8, 4 plus 4 is 8, 3 plus 6 is 9, and bring our 1 straight down. So our answer is 11,988, which is close to our estimate of 10,500, so we know our answer is reasonable. Let's look at example 1, and don't forget to follow along in your book. Number 1 says, domestic cats can run up to 44 feet per second on land. At this rate, how many feet could a cat run in 12 seconds? So we're going to find what 44 times 12 is. To start, we're going to estimate 44 times 10. Well, 44 times 1 is 44, and we put our 0 at the end. So our answer, when we're done, should be close to 440. So now we're going to multiply the ones. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. Now we need to multiply the tens, and remember that we put this 0 here to remember that we're multiplying the tens place. 1 times 4 is 4, and 1 times 4 is 4. So 44 times 10 is 440. Now we add it all up together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. Carry your 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. So 528. A domestic cat can run 528 feet in 12 seconds. And our estimate was 440, which is still pretty close to 528. So we know that our answer is reasonable. All right, example 2. Find 165 times 31. So to estimate, we're going to take 200, because that's close to 165, and we're going to multiply it by 30. Well, 2 times 3 is 6, and we need 3 zeros at the end. So 200 times 30 is close to 6,000. So once we finish, our answer should be pretty close to 6,000. All right, step 1 is to multiply the ones. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. Our next step is to multiply the tens. So we need to put our 0 here to remember that we are multiplying in the tens place, not the ones place. Then 3 times 5 is 15. Carry your 1. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Carry your 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So our final step is to add them all up. 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. Carry your 1. 9 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. Carry your 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. So 165 times 31 is 5,115. And our estimate was 6,000. And 6,000 is close to 5,115. So we know that our answer is reasonable. All right, for our guided practice, we're going to multiply 32 times 13. So we're going to estimate, and we're going to round our 32 to 30 and our 13 to 10. Well, 3 times 1 is 3, and we have 2 zeros. So our answer should be close to 300. We're going to start with the ones place, and we're going to multiply 3 times 2, which is 6, and 3 times 3, which is 9. Now we have to multiply in the tens place, so we need to remember to put our 0, because we're using the tens place, not the ones place. Then 1 times 2 is 2, and 3 times 1 is 3. The final step is to add up the digits. 6 plus 0 is 6, 9 plus 2 is 11, 3 plus 1 is 4. So 32 times 13 is 416. Our estimate was 300, and 300 is close to 416. So we know our answer is reasonable. The question that you need to be ready to answer when you meet with the teacher for today is describe how addition is used when you multiply two-digit numbers. Thank you for listening to today's lesson, and don't forget to have your independent practice done when you go to meet with the teacher.